And most of the times we tend to blame our failures, especially in Africa and African parents, and some of us that are very ambitious, and we are visionaries. And most of the times when we see that our visions, our plans, our expectations, they are not coming to pass, they are not coming to live, we tend to begin to run some analysis, and some statistics, and sometimes some persons blame it on the quantity or the hours they give to sleep. I want to take a contradictory position to that fact or to that end. I don't believe, and I want to assure you that your problem is not the number of hours you spend sleeping. It might sound funny, but that's just the basic truth. Your problem is not the number of hours or the quantity or the quantum of sleep you give to yourself. Your problem is the fact that you have no clear-cut priorities in life. Yeah, not about sleep. You don't have priorities in life. Your priorities are not clear, and they are not cut out. They are not spelled out. Yeah. So sometimes we want to overlag and to blame other aspect of life. Definitely when a man begins to spend much and an overload of hours in sleep, it's because he has not given other things attention, which is the same aspect of priority settings that I am discussing about. Okay, let's take for instance, we have 24 hours in a day, 24 hours, right? 24 hours. It covers your night seasons, your morning seasons, your day season, that's morning, afternoon, evening, or morning, afternoon, night. We have 24 hours in a day, right? Okay, let's assume you spend 12 hours in sleeping. Do you know what you will become if you spend 12 extra hours in your vision? How come you never thought about it? Because you have ever been thinking that your problem is sleep. No, your problem is not actually sleep. Your problem is the fact that you have not clear-cut your priorities. You have not spelled them out accurately. So let's assume a man spends 12 hours sleeping. What if he decides to spend the remaining 12 hours of the day in his vision, pursuing his purpose, pursuing his plans, pursuing his missions, and pursuing whatsoever he feels is the essence of his living on the face of the earth? How will that man become in the shortest possible time? You see, but in the remaining 12 hours, after using 12 hours to sleep, what we do is we spend other chunk of time discussing with friends who are going nowhere. We spend other chunk of times watching movies which are adding nothing to our visions. We spend other chunk of times doing things that has no placement in our lives, has no placement as concerning our vision, our purpose, our plans, our mission, and even our conviction. So you see, the remaining times have been divided, has been shared across many activities, many events, visiting friends, going to parties, going to clubs, going to events that is not called for. So you see that a man spends little or no time in what he in his dreams, in his visions, in his purpose, in his plans, and later on we begin to blame it on sleep. No. There's an event captured in the Bible where a man, sowed, planted, and I quote, when men slept. That's how the Bible quotes. When men slept. So it came to a point that men slept, and as a result of men sleeping, the wicked one came and sowed tongues in the same vineyard. So the question I ask myself is, at what point did the men slept, and at what point did the wicked one came and sowed tongues or sowed evil seed? But you see, you may not need to interpret that scriptures literally, because it's a spiritual book and it has spiritual meaning and insight, much more to your moral standard and your logical view to that scripture. So you discover that it is the sleeping there is not about your literal closing of eyes and dozing off. No, sleeping there is a lose of priority. It's a lose of priority. This means that anytime a man begins to chase God or begins or set his eyes or single his eyes upon his vision, anytime a man begins to chase something, begins to focus on something, begins to give attention to something, he has singled his eyes, and at that point he's watering and he's planting on his vineyard. But the moment to which that same man begins to change perspective or loses priority, at that point the enemy is around his or her atmosphere. And the point to which the enemy sows in that same vineyard is not a new seed, it's not a new tongue, it's not anything new. It's that perspective or that idea or that event or that activity that the owner of the vineyard has misplaced over or has overshadowed over and above his initial pursuit. So this is a context of priority settings. It's context of priority settings. So anytime a man singles his eyes towards a cause, it is expected from God's viewpoint that he keeps on, he continues, his gaze is there, his attention is there, his resources is there, his money is there, his memory is there. Whatsoever concerns that person is equipped to that vision or to that plan of his. But the moment he begins to lose priorities, it entails that he's slipping off, and in the area of slipping off, the enemy will come and sow something different. The sowing something different is an overlag of the initial priorities that was set before. So something else turns and begins to take the first place. So you see that the whole idea is not about sleeping, literally. It's about priorities, and it's about consistency and staying on course. I don't know if this video has been a blessing to you, but I guess it was and it is. If you are blessed and if you have been educated, please like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as weekly we will be posting more edifying and bless-filled and impactful video on this channel. God bless you. Stay connected. I still remain your brother, David Amedu. Shalom.